Now we are rated 1965, going against an opponent rated 2005. 2005, good year. Oh, it's the Mengarini variation. So from my past games, we know to play g6. This is the Mengarini variation. A great game played in this line was Simon Williams playing, I believe, a WFM, something of that sort. Okay, now we're gonna move this knight out, and then we are going to develop this knight here. So is he gonna like incorporate an alapin? This is wild stuff. Okay, yeah. So this is very bad for him. Very bad for him because now I can just take here. Okay. Well, he was ready for that. All right. Well, being ready for the Mengarini variation paid off because we do have a significant advantage at this point. I think it's fair to say. And I'm going to bring the knight to this square now because everything is so winning. The queen a5 move is probably more of a threat at this point than that. Not that I want to close that diagonal, but d5 wants to be played, and this is going to take out d5 too. So we're eyeing the d5 square and castles. His bishop being there is playing. Okay, playing queen a5 now is just inviting him to develop his bishop. So I don't want that to happen. So I would rather just play d5. Okay, well, it's a good thing we played d5, isn't it? All right, so now we have that move. And this would be almost game if that is allowed. So he has to take, or he has to at least defend this pawn with a move like queen c2. And that is what I would expect him to play. Which does beg the... Yeah, so that is what he plays. And now I'm going to play here. And then we're going to bring the rook out, and we're going to try to exploit the pin if we get two moves in like that. That would be the dream. Now, if he plays this move, that's crazy. Okay. So we do get the opportunity to do this. We absolutely can. Absolutely. Nice. He actually helps us. Okay. 'Tis but a flesh wound. We can just move right back down. Luckily. Is that the best move? I was wondering if he takes here, can I do anything? Can I hurt him? I think the answer is no, unfortunately. So we're going to move right back down. Sadly. Okay. And madly in love, sadly a glove, is all I have. It's all I ever wanted. Yeah, I'm going to play there. Okay, so now why can't I just take there? Is there a reason that I don't see? I don't believe so. In fact, can I take here? If I take there and he takes, then I take. No, I can't do that. That doesn't work. Okay, it's a good idea, but it doesn't work. Okay, so we take there. No, I'm just taking back. I'm just taking back. Okay. Now I'll probably play there. No, yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. I don't know that that's that good, though. This might be a little much. Just play there. No light squared bishop. And now he's got to deal with this threat, which is he can't. He can move the. He just has to move the rook, I guess. Wait, but can we make the sacrifice here? If he takes, yeah. Okay, I think I believe that this is takeable. Okay, so he's prepared because of the. Okay, I understand. Okay, so we want to move the rook. Or just play a move like this, pawn up here. Should be fine. Let's do that. And give the king a little space to hide away. The queen moving there at the right time is probably basically game. Okay, let's make sure that we have this queen move in here. And is this actually a threat? It can't be. If he plays this move, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a little hard to figure out. I would be able to checkmate him if he takes back with the queen. But what about the rook? I worked out... Yes, okay. So now, do I need to protect that square? Yes. Yes, this is definitely a much better move. Okay. That's a much better move. Okay, great. Now we're taking. Okay. Oh, my opponent left the game. All right, I guess my opponent is... I don't blame my opponent for being upset, but that was a good game. That was a good game. I'll tell him good game. He can see good game later. All right, I'll take that to the analysis board. No blunders, no mistakes, and 2 inaccuracies. 92% accuracy with 27 Senapon laws. And my opponent had 0 blunders, apparently. We have the Mengarini variation, which, again, there is the Naroditsky game that he played in his speedrun, where he played the Dragon Dwarf. So he played A6, which I did not play. In the Naroditsky game, he gave some explanation of some of the ideas that White has with this opening, and I think that in general he was just mistaken, and that the idea for White is to be able to bring this rook down eventually and over, and to bring the bishop here and the queen here and even the knight here, and then you have everything just crushing down on that f7 pawn. In the video description, I will include a link to a study of my game and then the Simon Williams game. So if you want to play around with it, go ahead. And I don't remember exactly what Naroditsky said, so I'm sure that he was on point. It's just that the Simon Williams game was a great example of what White is looking for with this Mengarini variation, and it is to use these open files. And Danya did not mention that, so I just thought that was important to mention. I'm not saying, haha, Danya's wrong. I was saying, if you want to play this line, just be aware of these ideas with the rook coming down and over, and look at that Simon Williams game. Because I think that's really the idea here. And maybe if my opponent had looked at that Simon Williams game, he would have won. I don't think he would have. He spent less than a minute on all these moves so far, and he played... He only played 2 inaccurate moves. I don't know, maybe my opponent plays this variation a lot and has a lot of success with it. This game would have been very interesting had had after this move, my opponent plays queen a4, and I was not worried at all about this move in this position. But if he plays knight takes on d4 here, sacrificing his queen, he has check, king has to move, and the bishop comes down here. So I'm going to leave I will leave that analysis at that. Well, my opponent blunders because now I just won the pawn. And now his pawn island is now a pawn archipelago. Now he takes, and this is still not a very pleasant position for me, but it's definitely winning as long as I'm tactically aware. Taking back with the queen is much preferred. Queen takes back, and then queen takes, pawn takes. Rook b1 was the key idea that my opponent missed, and the line goes on and on for some reason. Lichess is giving a lot of details to this line. This is a very lengthy. That's very lengthy. But I took back with the f pawn. This allows for rook d1, but I think rook b1 was probably the better move here. In this position, I did have bam, because if bam bam, god damn and thank you ma'am, he goes back and I say wham, and that was the idea there. But also, it's not so easy. Now he's attacking. Now he's attacking. And now I've got it goes on and on and on and on. Like that horrible, horrible song by Oliver Tree. The reason that the knight move is a mistake is because moving the rook avoids the capture, and then the engine says this would be played. Lichess, I don't know if this is new for Lichess to tell you in such depth what was going to happen in the game. I mean, it's very specific now. The idea during the game that I was very worried about was possible and terrifying. To be honest, terrifying. And I think that my opponent even prepped it with h3. So if you look at h3, and then queen g5, now the engine actually gives this as the best move, and it is a terrifying move because you check, sacrificing the knight in order to potentially take that pawn, which you cannot do in this position. I felt like he was so ready to play this move. I don't really know why he didn't play it. So he played there, and that was it. But that is he could have played on. Okay, so the study is ready to go, and I'm ready to roll. So tip of the hat, drop of the mic. Have fun playing chess, and all the best. It's been Mustachiola, over and out. Huachi!